Princess Leonor's splendid moments with her only sister Sofia. A story of sisterhood, duty, and a modern royal bond. A quiet glance that spoke volumes. At first, it was just a glance, brief, almost unnoticeable. Princess Leonor of Spain stood poised under the weight of ceremonial expectation, the future queen framed by history, tradition, and the gaze of a nation. Beside her, Infanta Sofia stood slightly back, her posture relaxed but attentive. In that fleeting moment, Leonor turned her head and smiled. Not for the cameras, not for protocol, but for her sister. Sofia responded with a soft grin that felt instinctive, protective, and deeply familiar. It was a moment that could easily have been missed, yet it captured something extraordinary. Behind the crowns, titles, and carefully rehearsed public appearances exists a bond that is profoundly human. A bond shaped not only by royal destiny but by shared childhood secrets, whispered jokes, and unwavering sisterly loyalty. Princess Leonor and Infanta Sofia are growing up in a world that is both enchanted and unforgiving, a world where every step is scrutinized and every silence interpreted. Yet through it all, they have each other. Their story is not merely one of royalty, it is one of sisterhood forged in public duty and private affection. This is the story of Princess Leonor's splendid moments with her only sister Sofia, a journey through childhood, adolescence, responsibility, and the quiet strength that comes from never walking alone. Born into history, two sisters, one crown. Princess Leonor de Borbón y Ortiz was born on October 31, 2005, instantly becoming second in line to the Spanish throne. 2 years later, on April 29, 2007, her younger sister Sofia followed, completing what King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia would often describe as their greatest joy. From the very beginning, the sisters' lives were marked by a delicate balance. Leonor carried the future of the monarchy on her shoulders, while Sofia, free from direct succession, occupied a role both supportive and uniquely undefined. Yet this distinction never appeared to divide them. Instead, it shaped a complementary dynamic that would become one of the most endearing aspects of Spain's modern royal family. Leonor, serious and introspective from a young age, often appeared aware, almost instinctively, of her responsibility. Sofia, by contrast, was frequently described as lively, expressive, and curious. Where Leonor listened, Sofia spoke. Where Leonor reflected, Sofia reacted. Together, they formed a natural equilibrium. A childhood lived in parallel. Despite their royal status, King Felipe and Queen Letizia were determined to give their daughters as normal a childhood as possible. The sisters attended the same schools, played together at home, and were frequently seen walking hand in hand during official appearances. One of the most striking aspects of their early public life was how naturally they leaned on one another. During national celebrations, Leonor would sometimes glance toward Sofia before stepping forward. At school events, Sofia often positioned herself slightly behind her sister, a quiet show of solidarity. Photographs from their childhood reveal moments of unfiltered joy, laughing together during Easter Mass, whispering at official ceremonies, or holding hands during moments of national significance. These images resonated deeply with the public, offering a refreshing glimpse of warmth and authenticity in a royal household. Learning the language of duty, together. As Leonor grew older, her path became increasingly defined. She would be queen one day, and her education reflected that reality. From constitutional principles to military training and multilingual studies, Leonor's schedule grew. Demanding. Sofia, though not bound by the same future, shared much of this journey. The sisters studied together, attended cultural events side by side, and gradually learned the unspoken rules of royal life. Sofia's presence offered Leonor something invaluable: companionship without competition. In many ways, Sofia became Leonor's emotional anchor. While Leonor learned to speak with authority, Sofia learned how to listen and support. While Leonor practiced formal speeches, Sofia offered reassuring nods and encouraging smiles. Their bond grew deeper not because of their similarities, but because of their differences, and the mutual respect that flourished between them. The power of shared silence. One of the most compelling aspects of Leonor and Sofia's relationship is what they do not say. In public settings, their communication often takes place through subtle gestures, a touch on the arm, a shared glance, a synchronized step. These moments of shared silence speak volumes. They reveal trust, understanding, and a sense of safety rarely found in such a high-pressure environment. For Leonor, who must constantly perform composure, Sofia offers a space where vulnerability is allowed, even if only for a moment. Observers have often noted that Sofia seems particularly attuned to her sister's emotional state. During Leonor's first major speeches, Sofia's gaze rarely wavered. Her quiet presence seemed to say, "You are not alone." Growing into public life. As teenagers, both sisters underwent a visible transformation, not just physically, but in confidence and presence. Leonor's evolution into a poised heir was carefully documented, while Sofia's emergence as a young royal in her own right drew increasing attention. Yet even as public interest intensified, their dynamic remained consistent. Leonor led, Sofia supported. Leonor spoke, Sofia listened. Leonor carried the crown, Sofia carried the calm. Their appearances together at national ceremonies, awards events, and commemorations became symbols of continuity and unity. Spain saw in them not just the future of the monarchy, but the reassurance of stability, two sisters grounded in family and mutual respect. Moments that defined their bond. Some moments stand out as particularly telling. Leonor's first solo speech. As Leonor addressed the nation, Sofia sat nearby, eyes fixed on her sister, her expression unwaveringly proud. National Day celebrations. Walking side by side, their synchronized steps and shared smiles conveyed ease and closeness. Family portraits. Time and again, photographers captured Sofia leaning subtly toward Leonor, reinforcing their connection without words. These moments, while ceremonial on the surface, carried emotional depth. They reflected years of shared experiences and a bond strengthened by both privilege and pressure. Sofia, the steady presence. Though Leonor is destined for the throne, Sofia's role should not be underestimated. History has shown that siblings of monarchs often become trusted confidants, advisors, and emotional pillars. Sofia embodies this potential. She has demonstrated grace, discretion, and a deep understanding of her sister's responsibilities. Free from the weight of succession, she offers Leonor perspective, a reminder of life beyond duty. In many ways, Sofia represents freedom within the structure of royalty. Her presence allows Leonor to be more than an heir, it allows her to be a sister. A modern royal sisterhood. What sets Leonor and Sofia apart is how modern their relationship feels. They are not distant figures bound by rigid tradition, but young women navigating identity, expectation, and growth together. Their sisterhood reflects values increasingly important to contemporary society: emotional intelligence, mutual support, and authenticity. They do not compete for attention or affection. Instead, they uplift one another, understanding that their strength lies in unity. This dynamic resonates with a generation seeking role models who balance ambition with empathy, and duty with humanity. Facing the future, side by side. As Leonor steps further into her role as Princess of Asturias and future queen, the demands on her will only intensify. With greater responsibility comes greater isolation, but Sofia's presence offers a counterbalance. Whether through official engagements or private moments away from the spotlight, their bond will remain a cornerstone of Leonor's emotional resilience. Sofia, in turn, will continue to shape her own path, one defined not by obligation, but by choice and loyalty. Their future, though shaped by tradition, is not confined by it. Together, they represent a monarchy evolving with the times, rooted in family and strengthened by love. Why their story matters. In an era where institutions are questioned and traditions re-examined, the relationship between Princess Leonor and Infanta Sofia offers something rare: sincerity. Their bond reminds us that behind every title is a human story, and behind every crown is a person who needs support. Their splendid moments are not defined by grandeur, but by connection. Not by ceremony, but by sisterhood. And perhaps that is why their story endures, because in a world obsessed with power, they quietly show us the power of love. Conclusion. Two sisters, one unbreakable bond. Princess Leonor's journey toward the throne is monumental, historic, and demanding. Yet woven into that journey is a quieter, equally powerful narrative: the enduring presence of her sister Sofia. Through childhood laughter, adolescent growth, and the weight of national expectation, they have remained side by side. Their story is not just royal, it is universal. It is the story of two sisters navigating life together, finding strength in one another, and reminding the world that even in the most extraordinary circumstances, the simplest bonds can be the most profound. As the years unfold and history continues to turn its pages, one thing remains certain: wherever Princess Leonor's path may lead, her sister Sofia will always be part of the story, steady, loyal, and splendid in her own right.